welcome to the Redefine Podcast. All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about goals, and there's two types of goals that I want to talk about, developmental goals and destination goals. And I actually also want to say that one of these is more important than the other, in my opinion. And being able to distinguish between the two will actually make your goal setting and therefore your achievement of the results and the outcomes more effective. Now, it sounds rudimentary. I mean, we all know the importance of goals and setting them. If we're going to be on a growth trajectory throughout our entire lives, then yeah, our brains need goals. It needs those destinations for the GPS, to work. So we're going to talk about it in that context, is that when we all set goals, we tend to set them in that context of the destination first. And that's totally normal. And like I said, it's incredibly important. We have to be forward thinking. We have to be thinking into the future if we don't want to get stagnant. Otherwise, if we don't give our brains the results and the destinations that we want to create, then it'll just be on autopilot. And with autopilot, we can get random results in our lives. Also, too, then we end up, I don't know, if you're not setting new targets for yourself, I feel like life can become very gray and unfulfilling and boring and just really, it becomes unpurposeful, right? So to intentionally create goals is to intentionally create a life that you want to live, right? So really, really important to set destination goals. Now, developmental goals, however, are even more important in that to create these outcomes for yourself, these new destination goals, in order for those to be effectively created, right? For you to be more effective in making those outcomes happen, then you have to develop into a newer version of you. Because otherwise, if you were already the person you needed to be to have those goals, then you would already have those goals, right? No problem. But if you're setting new horizons for yourself, if you're pushing that goal forward continually, then you're going to continually need to grow and develop into new spaces in your life. Whether that's a skill set standpoint, of course, a personal development, your maturity, your emotional awareness, your emotional self-awareness, right? Your emotional security. So, your emotional maturity. So there's a lot of things that you need to set for yourself from a developmental standpoint that will actually make your achievement of the destination goal much more effective. And then when you look at it from that lens, the destination goals aren't really destinations. They're just mile markers that are indicators of your progress, of the progress you've made in your development. Right, in your development. So setting developmental goals really is the foundation of achievement, and really figuring out who do you need to become in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And the destination goals can be tangible or intangible. Obviously, I mean, if you want to set material goals for yourself and set tangible goals for your business, or it can be intangible as well. Impact, the difference you make in people's lives, the type of interactions that you have in the relationships that you have, right? Like those are intangible goals, destination goals. That is all built on who you develop into, right? Your ability to achieve those destination goals is rest on who you become and rest on those developmental goals for yourself. So as you set the context of where you want to go, make sure now moving forward you also set the target of who you want to become, so that you can get to that destination much faster and much more effectively. And again, the final piece of the puzzle is that there is no destination. It's just an ongoing growth journey. It's an ongoing growth trajectory. And as you set these two goals, then you're continually becoming. Right, you're continually becoming, and I think that's really an important way to look at it. Continually becoming actually allows you, with the context of the future, trajectory in mind, it allows you to enjoy the here and now, because you're becoming right now, right? It's not a thing that you're waiting for, you're waiting to be in the future, you're waiting to have in the future. You're doing it in the moment, and the event with knowing that the eventuality is that's what's going to be your reality, right? Really, really fun stuff to think about and conceptualize. But I think as you think about your goals moving forward, you can really be much more effective if you add that second layer of giving yourself developmental goals and asking yourself, who do I want to become, so that I can better achieve and better and more effectively achieve the goals that I've set for myself. All right. So that's it. I am going to talk about destination goals in the next episode, because I got this question recently on one of my feeds, that what's the end game, right? What's the goal, right? What's the destination that you're doing all of this for? So I'm gonna tackle that in the next episode. Make sure, if you haven't subscribed to this podcast, whether you're listening to it on the podcast or if you're watching the video, hit the plus sign at the top of the app, or if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit me with a thumbs up, and then we'll catch you in the next episode. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.